So we have someone contributing to Hacktoberfest, which is cool. Christine or something. What's her name? Yeah, Christine Belzy. And I didn't sign up for Hacktoberfest, but I updated the website. So there's a pull request. Chris and Tracy, I assume, will review it to make sure I didn't break anything. But I made a big change with all the new content. And then once I see how that looks, I'll make little tweaks to make it look better.
Nice.
Otherwise, I don't think there's much. I will make a GDoc for you as promised for the blueprint.
Oh, thank you, because I
And yeah,
forgot
it's
already.
okay. I'm sending a newsletter today that's
Okay.
gonna have the
Action items and everything else.
well, the guide in it. Sasha, did you look at the guide? Did you have feedback for them, or will you?
For me, you're asking me.
Yes.
I'm a bit out of things at the moment. Jeepers, I've been crushed by a client, and then I went to India for the conference. Just
And you're
sucking up
learning
all
German, you told me.
Yeah, mein Deutsch ist krank. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, my client is a difficult people to deal with.
I'm
It's one of those
sorry.
really difficult people. It's like sucking the life out of me at the moment. So I just haven't got much. I haven't had much time to do much else.
There's no rush
But
when you have time. Like it's a living document, right, Kate? So it's not like
yeah,
Right. Yeah.
yeah. So
And
I'm a bit out of the loop even with Ortilia stuff.
yeah. And like right now, if you want to drop, I mean, we're not going to be, I'll hang on for Haley, but I don't feel like you have to stay on. Do you know what I mean? We don't, when you have time, take a look at the doc and,
Okay, cool.
and try to,
Which document is
yeah,
that?
get some
Which one is
rest.
that? Is that the PR? Is it the PR?
No, it's a security guide that we did with all the,
I'll
open
send you a
tools.
link. Yeah, on Slack if you want.
Oh, on Slack. Okay, check Slack.
I will. I'm doing it now. It's just
Um, oh, there.
hi Haley.
Hi, Haley.
Hi,
Oh, Haley.
So we were just giving Sasha
A job.
free
Because he doesn't have
job.
enough work. And
Yes. And he's going to be dropping, but
yeah.
say hello, Sasha.
Hi, Haley from Cape Town, South Africa.
Hi, I'm from New York.
Oh, wow. I haven't been there yet.
I also haven't been there yet.
Yeah, I'm in the Bay, in the San Francisco Bay Area, but I just go to school in New York.
I see.
So, Sasha, if you want to drop, there's the doc.
Cool. I'll go and check that out. Thanks. I'll see
Thank
you.
you.
All of you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. So you're, thank you for joining. Would you say we usually have more, Roxanne? So
Yeah, it depends. It changes a lot, but usually Tracy and Anne Marie and Chris are here as well. I think
Yeah.
Chris has been busy, right?
Yeah.
With GSOC maybe and other stuff.
Yeah, and she's really a phenomenal programmer.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Haley, if you had the opportunity to take a look at the doc and the website and some of those things, but basically one of the first things that we took on, and Roxanne helped me here with, I don't know if it's going to continue as a SIG, meaning special interest group, or Is that
I
gonna
mean,
be?
it depends on what the TOC. I mean, first, maybe we should do introductions.
Okay, great
I'm
idea.
Roxanne. I work for the Continuous Delivery Foundation. So this like Cybersecurity SIG is a part of the foundation, and we do all open source projects about continuous delivery. I've been with the foundation since 2020. I've been in open source since 2012. I used to live in Canada, now I live in Germany. And I do all the content for the foundation, so that's why I'm here, and I'll help promote this cybersecurity guide and SIG. And to answer Kate's question, it's a special interest group, meaning anyone can join from anywhere, doesn't matter if they're interested to contribute. And it might become a project if the like technical people like our board approves, but it doesn't really matter if it's a project or a SIG, it doesn't change much. For the contributing members, basically. Would change
That's
more
super
for you,
cool.
Kate, where you'd have more like
Mhm.
reports or like, you know, things to show.
Mhm. Well, yeah, that's super cool. I'm Haley. I'm a sophomore studying electrical engineering at Columbia, and yeah, I'm interested in like cybersecurity as like a possible career path. So that's why I'm here.
That's cool.
And yeah, Kate introduced me to this.
Yeah, I think it's a very nice group because everyone's kind and you can learn without pressure, and you know, the bar is not low, but you know, it's not like we'll be like, do this or
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah. And did you, by any chance, Haley, did you get on Slack?
I can
As you
send
put food in your mouth. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. I don't think
Put
I'm
her
in
on the
Slack. I'm
spot.
I don't think
It's
I'm in
a,
the Slack.
it's nice. I also like it because I think it helps me to like almost like serve as a reminder when I have like these little things. Anyway, just for me. But yeah, so this I think so Kate Scarcella and we spoke, Haley, and what I would say about this group. And again, I'm so sorry, Roxanne, to continue to pepper you with questions, but you know the CD CI, continuous integration and continuous delivery, the CI/CD, it's a really cute logo with that little 8. I always thought that was a very representative logo, but it sits underneath the Linux Foundation. Is that right, Roxanne?
Yes,
Yeah.
so the Linux Foundation has many foundations underneath it, and ours is just like a small one comparatively to CNCF, the Cloud Native Foundation. And yeah, usually they have special groups that do different things. So there's also the Open Source Security Foundation, which you might be interested in, Haley, because they do security, and we will collaborate with them on this SIG.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there a link to join the Slack?
I put it in the chat.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And
Perfect.
one of the things that so a couple of things is that it really is open source, and again, Roxanne, you can correct me, but it's, for me, I see this as like a democratization of technology when I think about the Linux Foundation, the CD Foundation. To me, it's about, it's about open source, and it's about, really creating, when I went to the open source summit, one of the things that I loved was that you saw how much open source was being used in projects throughout the world. And I really believe in that a lot. So I think with your electrical engineering background, one of the things that you will see with small devices, and Roxanne is into IoT as well, that you will see how much how much debloating we have to do on a separate side note, but also the idea of how Linux exists on so many IoT devices, and how important it is as we move forward to how do we secure these small devices? I'm like, of course, that's my really big thing behind it's one of my passions, I would say. So I see this as the guide is something that I saw as being one step, but and I'm sorry, I just start talking and I'm sorry. Sometimes it's better for me not to start talking, but, and I promise this will all come together at the end. When I look at the cybersecurity guide, something that is so important today with the guide, especially in the United States, as we have taken foundations and sort of dismantled standards, that it doesn't mean that standards are not important.
Yes.
And standards have been a part of electrical engineering and many things. And it is important to have process and to have procedure. And the person that you will meet, Tracy, really did a great job as far as breaking it into like 3 groups. Because oftentimes, like the software security foundation, software security delivery foundation, SSFD, is one of these things that that was created to provide like how do we make things secure. And so when we were looking at this and we developed it, this was just one area that how can we use open source tools. And one of the things that I have found in my very, very long career is that it's expensive. And open source tools can be one way to alleviate the expense because you're always going to need people, right? And it's technology, technology, people, process, and technology. It's it goes across everything for cybersecurity, and technology is just so expensive. So having open source and knowing how to use it, and that's what this document to me provides.
I like what you said about electrical engineering. It's actually one of the metaphors I use in an article explaining open source and IoT. It's like you have a standard, and a standard is important because why would you reinvent everything again and again if you plug your iPhone or something or your computer, and if it was different all the time and each company that invented a computer or a device would have to reinvent the socket, it wouldn't
Right.
work. It's just that's what open source is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's perfect.
Yeah.
And I think our hope is, and you can again correct me, Roxanne, if I'm wrong, but I'm hoping that this will springboard into also as we look at what's happening today with large language models and, dare I say AI, human machine learning, supervised and unsupervised. And I'm hoping that we can take the CD Foundation into not only what we're trying to do for yesterday, but what is coming for tomorrow.
Yes, I agree.
And
So
so
yeah,
that's,
I guess if you want to look at the guide, and especially since you're fresh, you can say if it's confusing or
yeah.
we're making it better and better all the time, basically.
Is the guide oh, okay, I found it.
Yeah.
Is it the one on
I
GitHub or
realized,
the one on
sorry,
Is it the one on GitHub or your guys' website?
it's the one on GitHub, yes. Do you
Okay.
have the link? The last link I sent. I think, Kate, it should say guide bigger. I put that in the issue,
Mm,
Okay, I found it.
It's,
yeah.
yeah. Because it says it's very tiny at the top. I'll share my screen 1 second.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, like it says it here, but that's small. And I'm updating this page. I already did a pull request on GitHub to update this page. Yeah, and here it'll say, the button will say the guide. And here there'll be numbers.
I think that's a great idea. And the other thing I liked was, for Haley, for your benefit, I love the personas. As a person who's had to talk to the personas, it's really, really important for different people to understand why we're doing this.
I mean, I did remove the personas
You
because,
did?
yes, because they
Talk to
aren't
me.
clear to me.
Okay,
It looks like quotes. I want to put them somewhere else, but I don't like them on the homepage because
I
my
understand that.
husband looked at this as well and he was like, who said this?
Yeah, I understand that. And I
So
wonder,
I think I want to make a page up here in the menu that says like, maybe not personas, but like, or maybe personas, and then yeah, it'll just be another page.
I understand that.
Is
And
that okay?
yes, and I can appreciate what you're saying. It doesn't belong on the first page. I will agree with your husband. So,
Or less, like it can be a section that leads people there.
and I wonder if, Tracy, besides the blueprint, I wonder, would it be helpful if I did short blogs on why the personas instead of having quotes?
Yeah, we can do that. I don't mind having a page about it. There was no context here and it didn't, I don't know, it was confusing
I
to me.
I I I really always appreciate your view. I really do. It's beyond, yeah. Um, so I don't see those things. Hey, I came from green screen. So anything with
Well, there's a book. It's called Don't Make Me Think, and it's all about website. And if
uh-huh.
someone has to think for a second, then they're gone. You basically have lost them.
Yeah, that's
And
funny.
so,
I mean, what's funny to me, and I just, it's just my age. What's funny to me is like, I see cute little icons. I'm like, oh, this is cute. Because honestly, I'm used to the prompts, to the,
but that's fine. I don't think like most people, there's stuff you take for granted. Like when you go on a new app or like a new video game, there's this learned pattern in your head. Even on a new website. If I want to contact a website, I know I have to go to the bottom, right? But here we don't have a contact button, stuff like that. Um, there's
yeah,
just, yeah,
it's fascinating to me. So all these things, yeah.
yeah.
So, I don't know if that's a good idea or not, and maybe other people don't feel the same way about personas. Um,
I
I
think
found,
personas are important. I especially think they're important for us to know who we're talking to.
yeah.
But I do think blog posts for each of them would be useful, or I could use these as tweets.
Mhm.
Are you a
Yeah, it doesn't have
CEO?
to be very, very long, but I would be happy to say, to write a thing about, why I find personas important is just because when I've spoken, you speak a different language literally for each persona that you're going to.
Yes.
And it's something as tech people, we have to understand that C-level people, they have one question. And C-level people, Haley, are, I don't know if you know this, but it's like chief executive officer, chief technical officer. So anything with a
CEO,
C,
yeah.
yeah. And they only want to know, usually, are we safe and how much does it cost at the end of the day? But the DevOps people are, how much time is this going to take, and cybersecurity people are like, let me put every roadblock I can. Um,
That's not roadblock. It's just let's make it as safe as possible. There has to be a
so
happy medium, right?
let me just say no ahead of time.
Yeah.
So, um, But it is, and honestly, these are the personas that we have had to deal with for for at least a decade.
Yes.
And what I say, one of the best things that I continue to say about this group, it really is cybersecurity and DevOps who have come together. So it is something that it shouldn't. We are really trying to push. So so any questions with my blah blah blah, Haley?
I'm wondering like this is just like a general question, but like um who uses this site and like or like do you guys know who uses this site personally or like where do you guys like I don't want to say like advertise, but like where do you guys like send this out if that makes sense? Like I'm just curious.
Yeah, great question, Roxanne.
So this is very new. We launched it last week, a soft launch. It's not like, because we want feedback right now. So Kate's gonna send it to all the technologies that are mentioned in it to make sure that they're properly categorized and that they're happy with where they're featured and if they think something is missing. And then when it's ready, they're gonna present it at conferences and at meetups and all those things, and to our like newsletter, to the OpenSSF newsletter, hopefully.
It's also being talked about, Tracy talked about it on TechStrong.
Yeah.
And within the Linux Foundation, they have, the Linux Foundation has, gosh, Ericsson, Apple, Amazon, right? AWS. So within the Linux Foundation, there's a board that is aware of what we're doing and different people who have talked about getting involved in it, who are on that board. Like, what's the guy from Apple who's on the board? What's his name? Do you know who I'm talking about?
The DC.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have, as part of open source, we have different members of different companies who come and contribute, and then they have opinions about how things work because in their company it works a certain way. And that's also why open source is cool, because then you get everyone professional like experience and use case and see if it works in real life, not just in theory.
Can you bring up that landing page?
Yeah, one
Like,
second.
or of like all the different groups, a part of the Linux Foundation as an example
You
of the
mean the Linux Foundation itself?
Yeah.
Foundation members.
Just so Haley can see.
Yes.
Also, this is random, but like I think in the guide that you sent me, like I see that this is like super small, but I see that like on the homepage, for example, it's like the guide has been segmented into three major chapters. So like code and pre-build, build and deploy, and post-deploy. And then I noticed that you guys like hyperlink those at the bottom of the page, but I feel like it'd be useful if they're just hyperlinked like straight where you mention it in the first place, if that makes sense. Like,
Yes, I agree.
yeah.
It's part of the issue. And you can open issues like that for sure. That's how you can contribute. But yes, you see here, there's like create a documentation
Oh
issue. Just
yeah.
there
Uh-huh.
and say whatever, and then write your comment, maybe do a screenshot and say, I think, or you can actually do a pull request straight. Have you used GitHub before?
Yeah, yeah.
So you can just edit it and yeah, suggest
Okay,
it.
perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
But yeah, I agree. The navigation needs work.
Yeah, and she's the one, yeah.
I'm the
Roxanne
one.
is, she's the one who really helps us to see that it needs work.
If it were up to me, I would have stopped the launch for a few months, but they were excited and I didn't want to stop it.
So we appreciate seriously, the contributions will be welcomed.
Yes.
And then I also have another question. So like, will the people looking at this theoretically would it mostly be like professionals slash like devs, or is this like are like people from the public going to be looking at this?
I mean, it's hard to know. You made it for
Mhm.
everyone, right, Kate? Anyone who would need it.
Yeah, yeah, for anybody. And I'm hoping that as we move forward, like I said, I mean, you know, the people on the board that you see on Roxanne's screen right now, you know, I feel like there's been some good talk around that, Roxanne, um, around more people getting involved, but even just, yeah, gosh, even at colleges and schools, it's one of the things that for literally for more than a decade here, I will say that we, from a cybersecurity perspective, have wanted schools to teach about cybersecurity.
Mhm.
Not just from like how does it impact within application? How does it impact with building of different engineering projects and things like that? Like really start to bring security into all projects. So yes, I mean, I want this document to be a living, breathing document that cannot impede, but actually help us to be more secure. So
Mhm.
I want cybersecurity to be as easy as you walk in your house and you lock your door.
Yeah, I
So
think like
before I retire,
yeah, I think for me, I think I think like if I was already like a dev, in the workforce, like I would probably understand like everything, but I think there's just like little jargon like here and there that I don't quite understand. So I guess it just takes me longer to go through the page, but I can still I think I still get the point, so that's good.
No worries. I also don't get everything it's said. I'm not a
Yeah.
cybersecurity expert. That's why I focus on how it looked, like how it's presented.
Okay, yeah.
So
and again, you know, wanting to make things easy, like let us know
yeah.
because you know, we don't just because we don't see it doesn't mean like it's valid. It's a valid, you know, it should become a part of our jargon today.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
anyway, that's my goal. So
And we might have to make a guide, a simplified version,
mm,
Kate, like an infographic or something with
that's
your
a good
blueprint. That's why we want to do a blog post with a blueprint, like how can you use this guide? What's an example?
thank you for reminding me of this stuff. Yeah.
I already sent you an email.
We got to put something on my calendar.
Oh, you put something on your calendar. It's my email. No, I'm
Good.
free if you want to talk.
No, no, I remember, I literally have to put a task on my thing.
Yeah.
So I need a whole new honeydew list. So just differently, just technology. Anyway, all right. Any other questions?
I
No?
don't think so. Well, actually, I guess I'm also wondering, like, do you guys, for the, do you guys create your own like resources, or is this mostly like compiling other resources?
Both.
Sorry, does
I
that make
think,
sense?
yeah. So Kate, you guys used an NIST to build this on, right?
Yeah, NIST.
So they're
And
not reinventing the wheel. They used what they
yeah,
published and they wrote a guide on top of it. And then yes, we created this guide, so that's our own. And then we create blog posts about it and other content about it. So it's, yeah.
there are the founding bodies like CNF, like NIST, which I'm sure being an electrical engineer, you know what that is. The S2DF, and even MITRE, quite frankly, is another good one. And what Tracy and many of us found is that it's pages and pages and pages of standards. Um, And what we were hoping to do is to break it down into smaller chunks. And I think that was really, one of the things that I had worked on with the open group, and it just becomes so massive. It just becomes a massive undertaking. And so we tried to limit, no, and not limit by saying, we don't want certain security controls, but as a person who has gone out on site, it wasn't unusual to find 80, and I'm not exaggerating actually, 120 different tools from 80 different vendors is one of the best ones that I remember. And I remember thinking to myself, and saying it like, this in itself is a vulnerability. So what has happened in cybersecurity is we keep doing like this whack-a-mole, like, oh, here's another CVE, common vulnerability exposure. We need to go and create a product to address this cybersecurity CVE. And thus we get like thousands of cybersecurity products that are expensive, that require a lot of time to learn. And so I think that's why, one of the reasons I think personally I clicked with what was happening here, and with the breakdown, making it into 3 very small sections. And one of the things that that you'll see is that some of the open source tools keep coming up over and over again, and that's that's good. That's a good thing. Requiring less to deploy, and also that knowledge base, because
Yeah,
you can.
Kate keeps saying you don't need that much to, make a masterpiece. And why would you reinvent everything when we already have what you need? The other thing that would be cool, Kate, is someone did this with AI for us, is she had like real use, like case studies. So like Alexa doing a scary laugh out of nowhere, and then people being freaked out, and what was how could this have been prevented with like open source tools or
Nice.
cool. I can send it to you.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be very cool.
But yeah,
Because
there's so much we can do, and yeah.
and we're hoping to. And there's, like I said, Haley, there's usually more than just us. So we have people.
Everyone's sick right now,
Yeah,
from what
we have
I hear.
people from the Red Hat Foundation, a few people helping us there.
Fidelity,
From
a bank.
Fidelity, yeah, who have been a part and who have been actively active doing this. So we really welcome you, especially being from the college perspective. I think it's phenomenal. So anything you can do to, spread this word is, yeah, be happy to talk to your college group and get them excited about this. And yeah.
Yeah, so I was just just to be sure, in terms of like tasks, I would say, is it mostly like, yeah, I guess like besides like familiarizing myself with like everything on this page and like the whole guide, are there any other like tasks that you guys want me to do? Yeah.
Roxanne, do you have any?
I don't think we have like specific tasks for you. It's a group, you do what you can take on. Like we don't force people to do anything. It's usually volunteers and they give their opinion. And then when we meet, we can say like, hey, who has time to do this? And someone will say, I'll do it, or, yeah. So if you can just look at, if it's the main thing I think that would help us is look at it, see if anything is weird, and then either do a pull request on GitHub or just write an issue and say, I really got confused here and I didn't understand, or yeah, it was hard to navigate, or yeah, I think that would be most helpful because when we've been in it for so long, you don't see it anymore.
One of the things that I think would be fun, Haley, is you probably have labs, yeah?
Mhm.
I think it might be fun that if you guys are using some sort of Linux open source with any of your electrical engineering, like Spice, or I don't know what you're using, but I think it might be fun because we always say that we don't want to bolt on at the end. We want to build from the beginning cybersecurity. I think it might be fun to introduce some as you are, because one of the problems that we have with IoT today is that it's less expensive to put the whole Linux OS on a device, thus causing all these vulnerabilities. I think it would be interesting that if you're having a lab, that you're introducing anything Linux based. Are there any tools in the pre-build stage that would be used to help with the cybersecurity of the IoT project that you're working on?
Okay, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, my current labs are not like it's
There yet?
mostly just like MATLAB. Yeah, we're not there
Yeah.
yet, but
Well,
eventually.
but if sometimes at schools you'll have these, you can be a part of a group that is building something. And if you were a part of that group, I think that would be fun as well to do something like that. Let me just add to your workload. Um, but and I don't know. I mean, if there's anything that you can do to, that is sort of like that you're running across anything Linux,
Mhm.
definitely take a look and bring us along. I would love it.
Okay, yeah,
Like,
perfect.
just
Okay.
something, no pressure.
Yeah. Okay, I do have to go to class in a couple
Okay.
of minutes,
I'll see you.
but yeah, I'll see you
Thank you for
guys later.
joining. I appreciate
Bye.
it.
It's nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you
Meet
too.
you.
Bye-bye. Hey, you want to
Hello.
just for a second?
Yeah, we can. I sent you an email and I
Okay.
put 2 GDocs.
Okay.
I'm just really warm. I'll open my window. I got this new sweater and it's
It's
um
very nice. Hey,
thank you.
what you
It's the
always seem
rock
to have what's that?
has my
Oh,
name.
I love it.
I always
Is
seem to what?
is that actually a brand or did your husband
Yeah,
name it?
yeah, it's the Roxy brand.
Very fun. Does
Yeah.
your husband call you Roxy?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
It depends. He calls me Roxy and Roxanne. Hi,
Hi.
Christine.
Hey, I just realized that this was happening today, and I'm like, oh no, I'm late.
Ah, it doesn't matter. We have different conversations. We had 3 people come and go.
That's true.
Thank you
Christine,
for contributing for the Hacktoberfest, by the way.
You're welcome. I saw the repo was focused on cybersecurity, and I really want to make a transition into that field before becoming a technical writer. So I thought, why not join this project?
Cool.
very cool. Christine, we haven't actually officially met. My name is Kate Scarcella, and yeah, so nice to meet
She
you.
leads the group.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm Roxanne. I work for the Continuous Delivery Foundation. I do all of the content. I mean, I didn't build the guide, but I promote the guide. Yeah.
And she really has an eye for she actually helps us with all the content that actually gets out there significantly.
I'm a nitpicker slash technical writer slash technical editor slash. If you need something reviewed, you send it my way and I will take it apart.
Which I appreciate.
So yeah, Christine, if you have any other things you want to work on, or if you have questions, you can let us know.
All right, so are you familiar with Christine? Do you have any questions while we're on and it's only us?
I do have a question about the issue I was assigned to for Oktoberfest. I found myself struggling with like how to review and update the open source tools. I mean, I know what to do, but I'm not sure how to approach it.
Okay, do you want to send me the link to the issue again?
Yeah, let me just post it here.
Okay, I'm just gonna open it
Oh, thanks.
and we can go through it together. Okay. So, so I think, Kate, correct me if I'm wrong, you just look at the content, and if you see anything that's amiss or that needs to be updated, you can edit it here. And then you just correct it. And then you can like commit a change, and you can create a new branch which will create a pull request, and then they will review it.
Okay, so,
Yes.
oh, sorry.
Go ahead,
No.
Christine.
So it's just basically updating content?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay.
Or Kate, is that wrong?
No, the only other thing I would personally ask is also take a look at the tools. So if you go back to the main page, prepare the organization, and if you look at the tools,
1 second. Here.
right there, yeah. So if you look at these open source tools, Christine, so have you had to, so I don't know, have you had to use these tools before? I don't think,
no.
okay, so no problem. That's okay. So if you look at the task on what we're seeing on the left-hand side, the PO 1.1, 1.2, so it is part of, and I don't want to go too deep. So the Secure Software Development Framework. That's sort of like where this comes from, but the task is, how do we identify and document? And then we looked at these tools, and the tools on the right-hand side should fulfill the task. And I honestly think that it's that anybody can, it's a great way to familiarize yourself with, I think, with what is required when we look at trying to secure software. And hopefully I'm not overwhelming you right now. And by looking at the tools saying, yeah, this makes sense. I'm reading what is required. And then the tool says, oh yeah, this works. This makes sense.
Oh,
Does
okay.
does that make sense?
A little bit. It's coming together.
So we just tried to not, so first we use open source tooling. That's number one. And then when we looked at these tools, that's what we tried to do. What we tried to do from I'm a cybersecurity architect by as my career choice, I guess. I've been doing it for a long time, since 2004. So, and you have these problems in software, like, and how do we identify them for auditors or for board members or for companies required to be secure? And so application developers and cybersecurity people have technically sort of been on opposite sides. And this guide has actually brought us together to try to make things easier. Before the list was 80 plus pages, 100 pages, and it can be overwhelming to try to fulfill all the security that we try to push on people. So Tracy, the one who responded to you, actually broke it up into 3 easy sections, looking at open source standards to try to meet the cybersecurity issues that we have today. And so much of it is from vulnerabilities found in software. So always feel free. I'm always happy to talk, and I say that I can put most people to sleep. I have this ability. I can probably start to talk about cybersecurity, and yeah, thank you. But I'm always happy to especially help young women try to go deeper into this field.
Oh,
And
thank
if you and if you feel like it's not the right issue for you, you can tell us. Like, just because Tracy assigned it to you doesn't mean you have to do it.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's fine. I just wanted like to have like an idea on how to go about solving it. I mean, I knew I had to like review stuff, but I just wasn't sure.
Yeah, and if you have more questions, I'm on Slack. You have my email, I think. If you don't, I'll message you. And Kate is always around as well, and we're here to help you.
Okay, and I also put my LinkedIn profile in the chat if you
Nice.
want to connect.
Yeah,
Cool.
So,
definitely.
So you said you're transitioning. Can you tell us more about yourself?
I used to be a tutor for 3 years and then the department shut down, so I've been out of work for quite some time now. It's been very, very difficult to smoothly transition into tech and finding a technical writing role, which is what I originally wanted to do and still want to do, but I haven't been having any luck with that, so I'm trying to transition into a different tech role so I can get the technical competency and then um, find another technical writing role again. And
Makes
um,
sense.
finding an entry level job in cybersecurity hasn't been easy.
I think being an open source is a great step. That's how you get to know people, and sadly, sometimes that's how you get a job, I find. When they see you and know that you're trustworthy and yeah. So it might help actually. What do you think, Kate?
Yeah, and I
I-
just sent you a
oh,
connection request.
oh,
So
I've been doing open source for a while, so yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Sorry it hasn't helped.
yeah, I find that if it's almost like that if you and to what Roxanne said, and I understand that you have been doing it. Um, right now, it is a more difficult time for younger people. Number one, there's a lot of transitions happening within the space, especially because of we don't know where AI is going. And so if I were to recommend anything at all, it would be to navigate towards that space within. I love open source and I love the Linux Foundation. I believe in it strongly in this whole everything. But definitely start looking at what's happening with large language models, and I think and AI, because it's setting you up. This is standard. This is like this foundation. It's foundational, and you need foundational principles. But I would say from a job perspective, it's also good to start looking at what's happening with AI. And I hate to use those words AI. So think of it from human machine teaming, look at it from human machine learning, supervised and unsupervised. And like I said, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'm always happy to discuss more.
Sure, if you can like recommend some like paid mentorship programs that I can partake in, that would be cool. Or some apprenticeships that that are like doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what I'm looking for at this point is gaining paid experience in tech because I've done a lot of the learning already. So
Have you looked at SOCs, security operation centers by any chance?
no, I have not.
It may be a good idea to start looking at threat hunting and because that's always a good entry place. I don't know of anyone hiring right now. I'm not in that area of yeah of that. I'm trying to think. I will I'll ask. I mean, the only other people I can think of right now, Roxanne, is like tech strong people. But usually that requires people to be located in the Cleveland area. Where are you located, Christine?
New York.
New York. Yeah,
I don't
I'll
have anything right now, but if I ever do see something, I would send it your way.
Thanks.
Yeah.
same.
But yeah, it's hard right now. A lot of people are also getting laid off, and it's just hopefully next year will be a bit better.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah. But look at threat hunting, look at SOCs, look at investigations. If you're somewhat technical, look at
Actually,
Chris-
there's a lot of people hiring right now, but they're AI folks. So if you look at like, who is it? Databricks,
oh,
Snowflake, those like new up and coming folks, and they often do remote because they're, hip startups. And they have the money right now. So if you can look at, actually, one second, LFAI and data has a landscape that you can just look at and look at every company in this landscape and see if they have openings, basically. So these are like AI tools. I don't know if AI interests you. We assume that because it's like, but it might be a place to get experience.
that's a
What do
great
you-
idea.
Oh.
I think that's a really good idea.
Thanks.
All right.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, thank you for joining.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for jumping on.
You're welcome.
Okay,
Have a good day, Christine.
You too.
Bye.
all right. Bye-bye.